All right, what's up, horror movie fans? It's Gilly. I'm back, creator and writer of The Attic Review, and I've been on a bit of a hiatus. So, what better way to come back than my childhood nemesis, Charles Lee Ray, Chucky the Killer Doll? So, it all began in 1988 with the release of Child's Play, and then I get a lot of people giving me flack. It's just a little doll. How can you be afraid of that? But the way it's done, and Brad Dourif's voice of Chucky scared the lights out of me. Still does. I mean, don't tell anybody, but to this day, I still get nightmares about that little bastard. But fast forward to right now, 2019. It's been on my radar for a while. The previous two releases that were on Netflix, The Curse of Chucky and Cult of Chucky, I liked a lot. So I was really interested in seeing what they're going to do with this new reboot. Taking into consideration that this 2019 version is not a remake. This is a completely new reboot and outlook on how Chucky the Killer Doll is. So in the original, if you're not familiar with it, Chucky, the loving buddy doll, is possessed by a strangling serial killer named Charles Lee Ray, whose sole intent is to take over the body of Andy because he's the first person to see him in his true form. So the series is built off of, for the most part, Chucky trying to find his body and take over Andy's. I mean, that scared me, man. You have this little doll running around everywhere, and he's taking people out, and you wouldn't suspect that coming from a toy. So that's what really put the fear into me, and it's never went away. So now we have this 2019 version, and times have changed. It's no longer the 80s or 90s, and technology has advanced immensely. So they took on the aspect of modern day life, such as Alexa, Siri, everything being controlled by smart devices. So the writers and producers took that into consideration when producing this new one, and it's scary. So we've got Aubrey Plaza starring as the single struggling mother to Andy. Andy is isolated. He doesn't feel right. He doesn't feel comfortable. A lot of things have happened in his life, and he just doesn't feel like he belongs. And not to mention the mom, works long hours to provide a life for him, and it's a struggle. So in order to get him out of his funk, she finds, of course, a damaged Buddy doll. Now, this Buddy doll, unlike the original, isn't possessed by some strange killers. Spoiler alerts right here. This thing just had its filters taken off, and as any artificial intelligence, it is designed to adapt to its surroundings. Now, this doll is absolutely in love with Andy. Not in the I'm gonna kill you sort of way and take over your body. This doll genuinely seems to like Andy. So that was a different take than its predecessor in the original, and I found it refreshing. It was bold of them to do because you're taking away from the essential element of what Chucky was a killer placed into a doll, as opposed to this time this doll is really learning the ropes on how we interact as a society. And with any good horror movie, I mean, Night of the Living Dead, Halloween, these movies have underlying social messages. And this one, basically hits you over the head with a bat, talking about how we're raised to, laugh at violence and everything. And in this case, Chucky kind of runs with it. Now, the movie itself, it has its fun parts with it. It knows how to be self-aware and be cheesy. I mean, the original design of Chucky was scary. This one, when you first see him, I mean, you kind of want to laugh and brush it off, but he's got malicious intent, and it starts to show with the brilliant voice acting of Mark Hamill. I mean, I know a lot of people were disheartened that the amazing Brad Dourif wasn't voicing, Chuckster this time. But if you've ever seen Mark Hamill's work as the Joker and like the Killing Joke and stuff like that, he's phenomenal, and he did not let me down one bit. He was incredible. He managed to be soothing and then also just plain terrifying. So the doll itself as well seems so cartoonish and lame, but when he really got into like evil mode, holy crap, like you knew the scares were coming. Most scary movies have like a blueprint of, look away, close the door, open it up again. He's going to be right there. They toy with you, it's awesome. I like that. And the elements of humor as well, any good scary movie can implement that mixture as well. And the concoction that they built with this new Child's Play was pretty good. It puts you into a lull with the comedic relief. But once that is established, something bad is going to happen with Chucky running around. The kills this time are very creative. There's one, I'm not gonna delve too much into it, but me and my good buddy Danny, we were watching it, and he was even squirming, and after the movie, we were still talking about it. So kudos to Child's Play for this new take on Chucky, because he's not just Charles Lee Ray anymore. This is a different thing that can be relatable to the 2019 audience. So all in all, on a scale of 1 to 5 knives, yes, I'm going to use knives as a rating system, but the K is there for a reason. So I'm going to say knives, fight me. I'm going to say this movie would probably be a solid 3.5 knives, because it's still Chucky. He's still one of the heavy hitters alongside, Jason Voorhees and Michael Myers. And the Chuckster's been around, proven for about 3 decades now. And this movie paid great homage and little Easter eggs that I hope you guys can pick up on. If you guys find it, comment and we'll talk about it. I thought it was pretty neat what they did as far as relating back to the original, as far as the detective and little things that were around the movie that I appreciate as a horror movie fan. So it's got its scares, it's got its good laughs. I highly recommend it, and I would even buy this and get ready for the Halloween season. So hey guys, it's great to be back. Do me a favor, click like, click subscribe, leave some comments, man. Let's talk about this. If you guys have any more questions, because I don't like to deal out a lot of spoilers. So I'm going to leave it pretty basic, but the movie's good. Like I said, 3.5 knives. Check it out this weekend or wait for it on DVD, even though it's better in a theater, nice and dark and gloomy. So I look forward to talking to you guys really, really soon about some other upcoming horror movies that are coming out in the theater and, on DVD. So enjoy Child's Play. Try not to go into it with the notion that's going to be like the original, because it's not. It's its own tale, and this is a really good tale. So hope you guys enjoy, and we'll talk soon. Thanks a lot, guys.